Once upon a time, it's a great day. Welcome all of my amazing CEOs. Once upon a time, in a snowy Paris, Travis Kalanick and Garrett Camp wanted a taxi miracle, and they said to themselves, "What if I could just tap my phone, tap tap tap, and just get a ride?" And that became a cool idea that turned into a thriving business. Now, Uber was born, and Uber faced a lot of challenges in the very beginning because the government didn't want Uber, by the way. Local municipalities didn't want Uber, by the way. And some taxi cab services definitely didn't want Uber. But you know what Travis's whole mindset was? Grow or die. He didn't give up. He decided to push through those tough times. Now, even when the workers inside of Uber said, this is not a friendly place, it's not the best place to work, and could have turned Uber, well, upside down, Travis did something different. Now, during that transition, Garrett left. Oh, wait. So his partner leaves. There was an insurrection inside of Uber. You know what Travis said? I'm going to listen to the workers. I'm going to make some changes. I have a sales plan, and we're going to proceed forward. What's my big takeaway from you? Thinking about Uber's success from where they started and the challenges they had to go through. Here's my big takeaway. Have a sales plan. Be smart, be strong, but be willing to make changes as a CEO. When you have the sales plan, the sales leadership, and you bring in the sales strategy, then the company will continue to grow and your revenue will skyrocket. If Uber can do it in their industry, woo, think about the things you're going to do as well. With that being said, welcome to the CEO Sales Huddle. My name is Shay Brown. I'm your host, and I'm super excited that you're here. We're going to start where we start every single morning, with me saying, of course, as I always say, welcome to the CEO Sales Huddle, by the way. I like to start every morning with our personal mantra. We all say it together. It's like the Pledge of Allegiance. Repeat after me. If you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business. We all know what day this is of the month, by the way. So I'm going to say it again, and you say it with me. If you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business. So if you got busy last month, if you got busy last week, if you were too busy yesterday and there was too much going on and you couldn't focus on sales, it's okay. It's okay. Don't beat yourself up. Get focused today. As a CEO, every CEO needs to look at their business every morning. This is what we do every morning. We only take about a minute to do this and say these three words: learn, earn, and return. Repeat after me. Learn, earn, and return. In fact, say these three phases. They're right on the right-hand side. I need to learn something new in order to earn new revenue from existing clients, in order to get new and old clients to return. Every morning we say that. We're always learning. We're always growing. We don't know it all, but we're always looking to get better. What are the objectives? Why are you here? Why do you show up? For three reasons. Number one, we're going to look at our sales progress. We know that the number one challenge facing CEOs today is not having enough revenue in the business to do the things they want to do. So sales progress is important. Then we'll take a look at and address any roadblocks. What's coming up? What's preventing us from moving forward? And if it's sales, we know if we don't have any sales, and sales is the oxygen to any great business in history, well, we know it's important. And then number three is to understand the 5 sales pillars that every CEO must know. Number one, sales planning. What's our plan? How do we get there? How are we going to execute that? Number two, the sales cycle. What is the cycles that our clients are going through on a daily basis? Number three, which is very important, our sales positioning. What is the messaging that we're taking? Sales drives marketing. Marketing does not drive sales. Sales says, here's the problem. Now marketing, go find the people that can solve that problem. It's just that simple. And if they can't, then sales goes and looks for those people anyway. And number 5, which is very important, number 4, sales indicators, which we talk about with the CEO sales dashboard. And number 5, the sales team. Those are the folks that are bringing in the revenue. Those are the folks that are heart and soul, I believe, of every business, by the way. If you haven't accessed your CEO sales dashboard, there's no cost, there's no charge. I don't know why you haven't. Head on over to www.ceosaleshuddle.com. Again, www.ceosaleshuddle.com. We're going to go through it. We take about 3 minutes to go through it. We're at the 4-minute and 56-second mark now, so we're going to get there in just a second. I love to do the overview of what CEO Sales Huddle is. I take 60 seconds and do this. So if you're here and you show up every single day, or you're just here for the first time, look right below the video and put hashtag I'm here. Hashtag I'm here. I love to check in. I love to read it. I love to see it. It inspires me. I'm here. I want you to be here as well. And if you're new, and this is your first time, or you listen to the replay, put hashtag replay. Put a hashtag replay. Okay. And maybe you can't. Maybe listen to the podcast. Thanks for downloading it, by the way. Maybe in a position where you can't write it down. It's okay. You're here. You showed up. Why do we show up? Why are we here for all our new folks? CEO Sales Huddle is a place where CEOs gather to understand how to sell more faster. It's not a question if you know what you're doing. I know you know what you're doing. You wouldn't be in business. It's not a question if you know how to sell or you wouldn't be here. It's how do you sell faster? How do you sell faster? How do you generate more revenue, bring in new clients? And also our big why. Every person has to have their own personal philosophy that drives them. And one of ours is sales growth, accountability, and consistency. You're here. You checked in and said, I'm here. You checked in and said, hashtag replay. Maybe you sent me a personal DM. I do read every DM that I get over at I am Che Brown. You sent me a personal DM, but that's accountability. And we know about consistency. You've heard consistency is the key. Consistency is the key. Consistency is the key. And having said that, what do people struggle with? They struggle with consistency. And let me tell you, when the motivation wears off, that's when the discipline, which leads to consistency, shows up. I'm glad you're here. I only asked for 15 minutes. We're at the 6 minute and 42 second mark. 15 minutes a day to achieve one outcome. That's 1% of your day. There are 1,440 minutes in every day. And I only ask for 15 minutes every morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You show up. You be here. Okay. What's our outcome? $100,000 per month of consistent, predictable, reliable income. So it's all about generating the income to do the things we need to do. There's no barrier to your success. You just got to show up. Show up for yourself, but more importantly, show up for the business. Show up for all the folks that you serve that are out there right now. If you haven't downloaded the CEO Sales Huddle, the CEO Sales Dashboard, we're going to go into it now. We're at the 7 minute and 24 second mark. So we're going to go through this, and this is probably the most important part that we do. We spent about 3 minutes on this alone. So you know where we are at this point in the month, okay? So open up the CEO Sales Dashboard. We're going to look at 5 metrics: leads, appointments. We're going to track how many offers were made, the deals that were closed or in the pipeline, and any repeat business. I love looking at repeat business. It's one of my favorite because repeat business is something that you can't create. Matter of fact, let me just stop. Let me just go over there now. It's pointing at me to go over there. So open up your CEO Sales Huddle. Let me go here. Is it here? No, that brings me here, so that's not it. Must go here. Okay. Open up your CEO Sales Huddle, and you're going to get a dashboard. CEO Sales Dashboard. And when you get the dashboard, open it up. Go all the way over to the day that we're on right now. Now, every morning, you or your assistant or someone on your team can plug these numbers in. You can do that, right? And if you look over there, there's 5 categories. Well, I'm looking at my computer here. Leads, appointments, offers, deals, and repeat business. Now, I like to spend some time talking about repeat business, and that's what we're going to talk about today. And as we relate to repeat business, let me give you another view of the world if I can. Let me do that here in my 30 seconds I have. I hope they have it here. There we go. So every morning I spend, about a minute on a category. And today I want to spend the time on repeat business. There's leads and there's subcategories you can track in there. Look at repeat business. And when you look at yesterday's results, and you can look at the last week's, but I just want you to go to yesterday's because you've been tracking this every day. Was there any repeat business where you had an existing client and they went in and purchased a new product? So maybe they had product number 1, and you sent something out, or there was some discussion, the sales team worked, and they bought product number 2. Okay? That's pretty cool. Now, you could call it an upsell, you can call it a downsell, you can call it a cross-sell, whatever you want, but I like it as they purchased something entirely new. It had nothing to do with what they were doing. Or maybe it was an existing product. An existing product for some folks, I don't know if you're a coach, could be they decided to purchase the exact same coaching package for another 6 weeks or another 3 weeks or whatever it is. But they bought an existing product and there was value there. And then look at the revenue that came in yesterday, if any, if you have a membership-driven organization. And I like to look at membership as its own separate category because we understand this one concept. Oh, we're at the 10-minute mark. Okay, 10 minutes and 13 seconds. Okay. We understand this one concept. One-time payments make you one-time rich. So it's okay. Sometimes we close a deal and it's $15,000. And that's pretty cool. It's a one-time $15,000. And then other times we close a deal and the deal is maybe part of one of our subscription programs. And the person's putting down $3,000 and they're paying $399 a month. So that $3,000 and $299 a month over and over and over again, that's another $3,600. But that's membership money that's coming in. And so that might not be part of your business model. Some of you could just erase that. Some of you can create your own categories. But all I'm asking is when you go over and you look here and you pull yourself down here to repeat business, go ahead and plug the numbers in. Now, yesterday you put in the deals. We talked about deals, closed deals, pending deals, which ones are hot, warm, and cold. Earlier in the week, we talked about leads, having an engaged lead, having a lead that's qualified, having a lead from referrals. I mean, we do this every single morning. And the reason I want you here, and I'm going to ask you just to set your clock, set your alarm. It's not about me. I promise you it's not me. But then one of the top distinctions I teach is to stay in the conversation. I'll talk about that during my message at the end. Okay. Now, when we, where is this thing at? Okay, here we go. I got confused there. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so now that we've kind of talked a little bit about the CEO Sales Dashboard, I believe that this Excel sheet is the most important or your number one sales tool that you, let me scoot over. Yeah, let me scoot over. Your number one sales tool that you can have is right here. So please go download it. If you want looking for something you want me to add to the CEO Sales Dashboard, something that gives you more value, send me a DM over at I am Jay Brown. I'm just like Garrett. I'm just like Travis. I'm okay with taking feedback and saying, Shay, how can this help me? Or how can I customize it for my industry? Please, please, please share. Okay. Now we're going to go to a segment at the 12-minute and 16-second mark that I love to do every day where we celebrate wins. And I want you to first think about what are you most proud of? Think about yesterday. We're not going back 30 days. We're not going back 60 days. We're not going back 90 days. Yesterday, what are you most proud of? Did you make the phone call? Did you send the email? Did you hire the person? Did the leads come in? Did you at least make an offer? Did you make an offer to collaborate? Doesn't really matter. Number two, what was your biggest accomplishment? And number three, what do you want to brag about, right? If I could bring you on right now and you could brag, look, we take 15 minutes a day and we take our right hand, we take our left hand, we pat ourselves on the back and we silently acknowledge ourselves. We show up. Isn't that what life is all about? Life is sometimes about just showing up and being there. And then what was your biggest roadblock? You know, yesterday when we did the broadcast, I don't know if you noticed, we had a lot of audio technical difficulties, but it's okay. We at least showed up. We did it 2 or 3 times and finally got it right. But things happen. Okay, there was a cross up because I guess we had Zoom open and another platform, and somehow the audios got crisscrossed because the platforms are open at the same time. But here's what we do know. It's not that life happens. It's not that Murphy laws. It's we know that life has some seasons. There's some high highs, some low lows. There's some ups and some downs, some twists, some turns, some round we go. Things happen, but we deal with it. So here's my question to you. What's preventing you today from really taking that next step? From making today your best sales day of the month? And then what's the one thing you could do that if you did it, it would move your life and or business forward? Go over and access your CEO Sales Dashboard. If you haven't, it's all about sales growth. It's all about accountability. It's all about consistency. Go over to www.ceosaleshuddle.com. We're at the 14-minute and 8-second mark. Here's what I want to share with you today. You must learn, earn, and return. There are 5 sales pillars that we must be focused on every single day as a CEO. At least we must understand them. And they are sales planning, sales cycles, sales positioning, sales indicators, which we just talked about. Gave you an Excel sheet that makes your life so easy. Ain't no software. You don't need to log in. And then the sales team, because sales is the oxygen for every great business in history. We close how we started with our mantra, which is learn, earn, and return. I must learn something new in order to earn new revenue from current clients, in order to get new and existing clients to return. Our mantra, our creed, if I call it that, every day, is if you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business. Repeat after me. If you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business. That's not a good thing or bad thing. It just is what it is. Now, I want to share with you something new that we just added. We're at the 15-minute and 23-second mark, and I'm going to give you what we call the message of the day. So there I was working with my coach, and he shared something with me that I'm going to pass on to you. And his name is Eric Loftum. He shared this with me, and it stuck with me, and I want to share it with you. I've learned so many people, and here it is. Just one phrase. If you, gosh, shoot, I don't want to do that one. I want to do a different one. Sorry. Oh, boy. Okay, let's just go back. This is live, so these things happen. These things happen. These things happen. I had a freeze there. Rewind. The message of the day that I want to share with you, which is a new segment we're now adding on. And here it is. I hear this phrase from my coach. His name is Eric Loftum. And he says, the number one distinction I teach is to stay in the conversation. Because when you're in the conversation around sales and success, the ideas are top of mind to you and you're more likely to execute. What I took away from that I want to share with you is just this one idea. When the motivation really wears off, you need discipline. And the only way to have discipline is when something's top of mind to you and you tell yourself, I'm going to do this when I don't feel like it. And isn't that the point of sales? Like if you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business. So when sales is top of mind to you, when success principles are top of mind to you, we're just more likely to execute it. What's my point? Stay in the conversation. When you're in the conversation, sales and success are top of mind to you, you're going to execute and you're going to explode your business. And there you have it. The message of the day. With that being said, my name, by the way, is Shay Brown, the happy entrepreneur. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being here. You're amazing. You're incredible. I'm out. We'll see you at the next CEO Sales Huddle. Bye-bye for now.